Hey star-powered friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alejandra Sofia and I am fireside at one of my favorite morning spots to tune in and turn up my energy. One of the things I do every morning is I write in my journal and I tune into the astrology. And astrology is very uplifting to me. Journal writing is very uplifting to me. But the first thing I did this morning after getting out of bed was, guess what? My challenge to me, myself, and I, is to take a cold shower every day, cold water shower therapy. And I've already, in the 2 days that I have executed this on-demand self-command to liberate myself from the forces of fear and comfort zones, I was excited to get into the shower this morning because did you hear my lilt, how excited I was, went up a couple of notches there. I was excited from what I felt yesterday. Well, first I went on a run. I haven't gone on a run. I do aerobic exercise, but I hadn't gone on a run since last year, 2018 in April. And after the run, I took the cold shower and I felt extremely good, like really, really good and excited. This morning I got out of bed and I said, the first thing, I just want to take care of this so I'm not thinking about this anymore. And this thing that I have to do and I should do, like I have right now in my head, I gotta go running. So I haven't done it yet, so it's still swimming in my head. And I got up and I thought the shower was gonna be more uncomfortable than it was, and it was on the coldest cold. And I took a longer shower this morning compared to yesterday. I think I was in there for about 30 seconds. Which is a long freaking time when you're taking a cold shower. So that's the first thing I want to share with you in terms of just, as I'm excavating myself and I'm transforming myself and I'm on my path and on my, daily focus as I'm learning how to focus on my terms, on what's good for me and creating a thriving Alejandra Sofia reality. And that's my intention for sharing with you, my audience, and whoever is clicking on my video and going, who's this person? I am here to share my personal story as well as what I see unfolding in the collective through my astrological powers of attunement to this world, to this reality. And that's what astrology is for me. And I have been just a very brief intro to me is that I'm studied through the College of Visionaries and Wizards out of Putney, Vermont, and you can check that out at markborax.com, College of Visionaries and Wizards, and look under, I think it's offerings or events or teachings, click on that, and then boom, the College of Visionaries and Wizards. You have access to the program of a 3-year certification program, learning the tool of a deep inside astrological microscopic view into the living archetypes of this mythological blueprint that we are each living here upon earth in these amazing magical bodies. So you can learn about Atlantean. It's an Atlantean astrology, yes. It comes from Atlantis, and it is a remembered astrology that is remembered through Elias Lonsdale. And he shared this knowledge, and it has turned into a school that has been founded by Mark Borax and Marcella Eversole and Wizard and Wizardress. So I'm a graduate of that, and it's a very powerful astrology that every day is just taking me deep down into the caves of my psyche and what I feel is the human psyche. And as I tune into, and I listen daily to things on YouTube that are very inspiring, and I find people that really help to trigger my memory, my understanding, help me rewire, because I'm on a mission for myself personally because of how I was wired in my early childhood. And astrology and looking at my chart has been one of the main, that's been the main tool for me to just help me go, what the fuck? Like what what is going on here? Why? You know, those kinds of questions that we all have, I'm sure. I would think every one of us has those questions, or at least most of us who care and want to have a better life and want to feel success and want to feel fulfillment. And as sex, yeah, sex too. Yes, it is about sex. It is about sex with ourselves, like sex as tantra, as spanda, this wonderful Sanskrit word of spanda, S-P-A-N-D-A, that is the tantra of existence. And that our soul is having sex with our spirit, with our body, and our willpower needs to fully charge up our life force, our will force, to really be a collaborator in this existence, and collaborating with what we can control with the things that we cannot control. So I'm continuing to learn how to let go and rewire and not spend a lot of time emotionally on the things I can't control and focus on what I can control. So in these last couple of days, with making new choices for myself, moving from I want to I can and I am, which in just a moment of, doing something I've been like, I've been putting on my list that I got to do. And then I finally did it and I feel liberated. So this kind of the things as I'm super psycho-splunking my own reality, it only helps me to super psycho-splunk the archetypes, the living energies of the planets as they stream through us. And I learn how to power up my own forces of liberation, and then I can communicate to you and through this format of YouTube, and as well as readings, to personally power you up and empower you and affirm you, because that's all I do as an astrologer. I'm looking at a chart. I look at it, I'm like, who you are. Everyone who gets a reading with me feels affirmed. And it's an affirmation that we need, that builds our inner infrastructure and supports us, because that is part of our blueprint, where we need to be encouraged and supported. But it is also in our blueprint that we need to push up against pain and struggle. So sometimes we are birthed through, and oftentimes are birthed through the channels. Our will force and our self-love develops better because we're not receiving the support in our environment. So these are the things I'm learning about this world of duality that we live in, where we need this and that, and it's multi-dimensional. So I am excited to be here this morning, sharing with you openly and visibly something that I do every day of my life. This is one of my favorite things to do every morning, is to write and to tune into astrology and just get pumped up. It pumps me up because it helps to push me into consciousness, rather than being taken down by the forces of unconsciousness and habits and routines and habitual negative thinking that I am fighting against. I am struggling against those forces as well. And in my own blueprint, I was born into Saturn. Just for all the astrologers out there, I was born with Saturn in Taurus retrograde, and in an area of my chart that is it's in a fire house, and so that's where I've had to grow through these repeated lessons, and so in this time of my own evolution, as I'm pinning myself, as I'm clearing out the cobwebs, clearing out the self-negation programs, and reinstalling for positive mindset. Here I am now, daily offering you some star-powered insights, because I want to help you. I want to help enliven your reality, as I'm discovering a lot of things that enliven me and that get me excited that didn't before. These were places that I existed. Where I was shy, I was afraid, I was in so much self-doubt and depression. And my family and the friends who've known me for a long time can attest to that. So here is my testimony for something I've taken up in the last I've been on this journey. I would say like my healing journey started in 2009. That's when I was like, holy God, I've got to find myself. I've got to find myself. I was 38 years old at the time. Yeah, 38 years old, and it was like, oh no, oh no, I cannot go into the 40s feeling like this. I have got to do something. And of course, back in those days, it looked much differently than it does to me now, having had the experience of the last 10 years. And it is day by day, and what I'm arriving to right now in this time, because things are beginning to pay off. And they're paying off inwardly. They're paying off where I keep proving myself wrong. I keep proving my fears wrong. So that's what I want to share with you is I'm one person who's like, oh my God, friends, soul family, people who are out there listening to me. And there's lots of people out there getting on YouTube and other different forums of social media to share their own personal journey. I believe this is the year of the personal journey. Share your story. Come out from the lands of the invisible and the insecure into the lands of proving yourself wrong and your fears wrong, because we do live in a different time. Our world is ready to receive love on a whole new level that was not available in the 80s. The 80s was fucked up. It was not an easy time. There was so much patriarchal hegemony up the wazoo, and we all know it. You could not come out visibly and say the truth and have people go, oh wow, thanks for sharing the truth, you know, that you're being sexually abused. No, that was not available at the time. It was all about, it was the leading thought of the time was suppressing the feminine and raising up the masculine, the intellect, the men, the men being in power, and everything you know. You know what I'm talking about. So we are in a new time. It's 2019, and yes, there are shitty things happening on the planet that rip my heart open when I see the images. I hate them. And there are wonderful things happening on the planet. There are beautiful things happening on the planet. There is love arriving to the planet, and love is our spirit rising. That is the force of love. It's our spirit rising to our own occasion to meet the times that are hailing us every moment, hailing us to show up and arrive and push past and beyond our comfort zone and our limits, where our comfort zones are surrounded, by our fears. So we have to move beyond our fears. How do we move beyond our fears? We've got to challenge ourselves. So here we are in a new moment. We are in a new era when we astrology is made up of timing cycles. That's all I'm doing. I'm a super timekeeper, looking at the timing cycles, watching what's happening, developing my soul scientist thinking and feeling, Queen of Cups, deep psycho-splunking attunement to what's happening in the world of the manifest and the invisible, the things that are harder to see, the things that you just don't see right in front of you. Like I'm seeing this camera, this phone right in front of me. It's like what's in between. So, believe it or not, I just lost my train of thought. So just to get right back on there, I just want to, Chiron and Aries. So we are now in a we are in a new era. We are advancing. Consciousness is advancing. You are advancing. Every single day we wake up to our evolution. Every single time we're asleep and in our sleep hours, we are inside of our evolution. And that's a realm. Sleep is a realm. So this morning of February 18th, 2019, Chiron is now in Aries. And that is hailing a new time. It's the beginning of a new time, super coming in, and it is the age of the individual. It is individualism. We are moving into the age of individualism. And I want to offer up to you, I used to be a total hater of capitalism. Hated it. I was like, capitalism, it's a disease. Oh my God. It's just based on money and materialism. And now I'm no longer, because I really looked at that definition of capitalism and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. No, it's not capitalism that sucks. It's the philosophical idea of materialism that sucks, because materialism bases itself philosophically on the idea that how much money you have defines your self-worth. That's fucked up. That is just like baseline. That is what has to get destroyed out of our emotional, that is how we were, nurtured in all the different ways we were societally parented, affected, impacted by the ideologies of our time, our culture, in our family, infiltrating our family, and being passed down through the age of our industrial ancestry. Look back to the industrial age and all the years of the industrial age to see how it really has shifted people out of their bodies and into the intellect, and living through these really fucked up ideas that have been hurting the earth, killing the earth, paving the earth. So materialism is the problem. The idea of materialism, that is what is infiltrating our emotional bodies and making us feel bad. Like, that's one of the ways we have been traumatized by materialism, and capitalism capitalizing on materialism. But capitalism in and of itself, I'm like, okay, wait a minute, I'm actually okay with capitalism, because if we have each one of us, individuals, so the age of individualism, philosophically engaging the age of individualism, base ourselves on ideals that cultivate the heart, cultivate wholeness, holisticism, right? And we combine that with capitalism, then I believe, and I see it in the astrology, I see that's where we have to go. I hear it in our culture. Each one of us, as an individual, wants to have our own thriving business. We want freedom. We want our recreation to be our work. We want what we love to do to be our work. So I don't believe it's in anybody's dream to be like, oh my God, I want to work for somebody for the rest of my life. And I just want to be a minion, I just want to be, second best. I don't want to be up there. I really, really doubt that. I really believe that we are in the be your own boss era. And in order to be your own boss, you've got to be your own superhero. Because we are on the hero's journey. This is the hero's journey. That is the mythology that is in my belief system, that I continue to splunk through a very powerful tool called the 12 life streams of Atlantean astrology mandala. More on that later. I believe that that we are on a hero's journey, and so we have got to. As somebody like David Goggins has flipped my world. He's just helped something click in my brain that I needed, that I wasn't quite getting from the other leading voices in my consciousness, the people I've been leaning in on that I love, and one of them is Joe Dispenza. I love Joe Dispenza. And he's very healing. He's just like downloading like knowledge, right? And that's the kind of knowledge our brain needs. We need the true knowledge, not the fucked up knowledge, not the knowledge that's like, that's not really knowledge. It's just like, that's just like wasting time on TV, and, or social media or whatever platform, whatever we're doing that's just like wasting our time because we're just kind of droning out our central intelligence voice. It's like, come on, do it, right? I kind of explode, as you see. I'm a Sagittarius rising. I've got Uranus at my midheaven, and this is me. And I've got a lot of threads moving in me at once, and I just lost track of that thread as well. But the key thing being the hero's journey that we are all upon. Okay, David Goggins, that he's helping me cross some membrane in my brain. He's helped me see something on a whole new level that's getting me up and out the door, like holy God, and beyond myself. And I took a cold shower this morning, and I'm excited for tomorrow, because I'm excited for my next cold shower, because of the feeling I get in the moments that I'm taking the shower and then afterwards that I can't get any other way. Like its own exclusive awesomeness. And there's a lot of awesome things for our spirit to help affirm positive mindset every day, and secure that offers that things we can do every day. And I am now a complete a total supporter of cold shower therapy, as it is immediate. It is immediate how healing it is on the brain, the mind-body connection. So we're each on a hero's journey. I'm going way longer than I thought. We're each on a hero's journey. It's up to us to uprise. It's up to us to be the forces of liberation to your own life. It's up to you. It's up to me to go beyond my own limits. It's up to you to go beyond your own limits. It's up to you to challenge yourself and your fears and prove yourself wrong. So, welcome to the new world of Chiron and Aries, and get ready for Uranus. We've got 2 more weeks of Uranus at the last degree of Aries, and that's a powerful, potentially liberating degree. It is a revolutionary degree. It changes things. So change yourself. Use these next 2 weeks. We've got the full moon in Virgo shining upon us. That comes in tomorrow morning, February 19th, tomorrow, Tuesday, at about 7:54 a.m. So we are in the field of the full moon, but the moon is still in the moon's still in Leo, and the sun is still in Aquarius. So we're literally in kind of this edgy worlds. Like tomorrow is potentially even more of a new day. Like it's a rebirth. We are in a rebirth. And so I invite you to just open up the luminosity of yourself to the luminosity of the world and the earth, the sun and the moon and the earth, those basic relationships that you have in your life. Your relationship to the sun, your relationship to the moon. Start with the moon, it's closer than the sun. Start with the earth, it's closer than the moon. Start with the earth. Feel the connection to the earth, and feel the connection to the moon, feel the connection to the sun. And whether you know your chart or not, or what degree or what sign any of those planets are in, just feeling them and acknowledging them will bring you more in connection with yourself. These are supportive mechanisms, ways to support yourself inwardly by the infrastructure of the interconnectedness of all that is, of existence. And so tomorrow, so as you open up your luminosity to your luminous soul, to the luminosity of the universal soul, feel feel the first degree of Virgo, feel the first degree of Virgo, feel the first degree of Pisces, feel Chiron at the first degree of Aries, because these are 3 powerful forces all being activated through the first degree frequency of Aries, Virgo, and Pisces. And because it's a Virgo full moon, focus on Virgo first, and that's self-care. That's your garden of thriving. Those are the keys. So I'm literally telling you, you want the keys to you? Do you want the keys to you? I'm giving you some. And I know that. And I feel really confident. And I'm getting more and more confident about what I'm seeing in this astrological mandala that informs me daily, that I deepen in daily. And it's the human blueprint. I'm understanding more and more with increasing capacity how we work. And my goal, my mission is to help as I'm understanding how I personally thrive, because I'm a unique expression in this universal experience of this common experience of the many. There's so many ways to experience this universe, and you're one of those ways. And you have specific ingredients that are available to you to help you thrive. I want to help people thrive. I want to thrive. I want to thrive as Alejandra Sophia. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life figuring that out and making that happen through the forces of what I can control, and the forces, using my own forces of liberation and health remodulation. So that is what Virgo, the Virgo full moon, is just helping you remodulate yourself to just be like, me, okay, these are the basic ingredients of me-dom that I need. So whatever you know that makes you thrive is make a list of things that you know make you feel good, make you feel nourished. Also lean into powerful voices that are helping you rise to the challenge of going beyond your comfort zones and your routines and your patterns that you've developed, because it's time to develop new patterns, healthy patterns, thriving routines. That's what the Virgo full moon wants to create for you, through your own consciousness, through your own willingness. It's your own routine for thriving as you. All right? In this daily changing world that we live in, the rhythms, coming into rhythm as yourself, coming into a thriving rhythm. Okay, I just did it. Now I gotta go. The thriving rhythm of you. So please subscribe. More to come. Daily star-powered insights. My name is Alejandra Sofia. If you're interested in a reading to help you understand what makes you thrive, email me at starpoweralchemy@gmail.com. You can check out my website. It's still, I'm pretty low key with my website, but you can see some testimonials of people who've had readings with me. And just keep tuning in to Star Power Alchemy YouTube. And as I continue to develop my YouTube channel and share with you what the fuck is going on with this evolution. Much love to all of you. I appreciate your positive comments and saying hello. And here we go. Ciao for now.